Chat, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, chat? We're live, we're doing nothing whatsoever. Um, yeah, I don't know what the plan is gonna be for actually, I do know I'm just gonna be doing the same shit I did yesterday. Which is 1 trillion free draws. Fuck, chat. I hate.
I was gonna hop on trend. No.
I should hop on trend though, chat. I don't know what it is. I need to take better fucking pictures, chat. I can't get a match or anything or for the life of me, but in person they treat me nice and good.
I was gonna hop on trend.
So it's mad confusing for me. Yeah, dude, chat, I've just been feeling so stagnant. Chat, I always flex my accomplishments, like with my music shit and all that stuff, but chat, it's really just the same shit every day. Yesterday I did something different, but it's still, like, the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, I need to do something else. And I think the reason I hate days like this, where it's like I haven't worked yesterday, I haven't worked today, I'm not working tomorrow. So, in reality, I'm not doing anything all that productive, right? So like I'm in like this limbo, and like I do I do like productive shit, but it's always after. Like this is the start of my productive ness of my day. It's typically always like, okay, I'm gonna start streaming. Streaming always takes up a long time. Actually, it depends, but sometimes I'm just like play. Usually when I'm playing 1 trillion free draws, like I can like, it helps me like zone out, and it helps like the time go by faster. So really what I think it is just I just need the gaming as the substitute for the productivity. So when I'm on stream playing like this meaningless game, just talking about shit that I should just get over already and all that stuff, the gaming helps me make it productive. And then after that, I do make some music stuff, which is like I should be putting more effort into, but I have like the strict deadline of like midnight, so then I make my little shitty beat before midnight, post it, make the shitty verse, and I should be putting more thought into it, but I don't. You know, like I ice my face, and then I like chill for a bit, do like some yoga, some calisthenics. I'd go to bed, right? Um, fuck, I really know about that, bro. But yeah, it's weird. I don't know why I'm so fucking depressed all of a sudden, chat. Oh my god, chat. Life shit is so stressful, bro. Chat, LeBron still hasn't chosen his destination, bro. That shit sucks. Chat, I feel like I'm just at like such an awkward stage of my life where it's like I know I'm lit, but like I'm not as lit as I used to be. And I'm just like trying to get back to when I was lit, and it's just so fucking annoying, bro. Like, chat, I'm genuinely like so fucking angry, bro. Chat, I'm gonna have some alone time, at least tomorrow, because why am I looking at white screen? Oh my god, bro. Yeah, I've been on this financial shit just because I've been like so stressed. Right, I've already mentioned it, and it's starting to sound like excuses and all that shit. It's annoying, right? I get it. Chat. I don't know. I generally don't know what to do, chat. Sometimes I feel like sometimes like I feel my hair and I feel so many like baby hairs poking out. When I massage it, I get pricked so much by those uh I want to watch this movie, but I still haven't seen Odyssey. Where's my notes right here? Shit, I need to get off social media so bad. Chat. Chat. Oh, chat. Chat, life's not fun anymore, bro.
They just want to see some freaky ass shit. You know, I'm gonna be honest. Twitch sometimes can be like softcore porn.
Could I order 2 large pizzas with the...
What's EWC chat? Esports World Cup. Chat, I always just say follow what you love, bro. And chat, this is... Chat. Alright, I have some tea time, chat. Fuck, I don't know what I don't know if I want to say this. So y'all... That's crazy, chat. Oh, I didn't do that. Chat. I made myself a crazy strong drink. For no reason, I'm like, I don't know, I just felt bored and I felt like I had to do it. You know what I mean, chat? Like, right now, my phone is about dry as shit, bro. Except for the, like, face-to-face human interaction, I don't get much outside of work. Which is fucking weird, right? Like, I should get more face-to-face human interaction. On Instagram, you guys know I'm kind of clouded, except not on my actual Instagram. On my, like, music one, but it's not even the case, right? Because I'm, like, the least clouded, the most clouded, least clouded person ever. Because I got 8 followers on this bitch, right? But the way people move, and just, like, I don't get how this is true, right? Right? Like, I hate how I look. I can't do this, right? It's weird. I feel like my energy is just like that of a non-closer. Right? Like, I can do everything, and then I get to the 99 yard line, and I fucking fumble, chat. We get Picket Premium, which is like, we can do this, and we can see all the cars that we can upgrade. Gets rid of the ones that we can't for like 5 seconds, and then that charges up a lot slower than what we did. So I might have wasted it, but like, we don't have to scroll much. Like, none of these cards can be upgraded, so if I just see this, I can see all of the cards that we have. I did it mainly for extra points, which now that we have 5, our production went from whatever it was to 275%, which means we have enough water, and moon power is the next one that we can collect. So I'm gonna switch to the moon faction, although ideally we play on the Sun Faction for a little bit, just so it'd be faster to get Moon Faction points. Right? I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but like, right, like, the way the faction system works here, like, these two are that. So this one increases Moon Power and Sun Power. So if I do Sun Power for a little bit, it will be faster, because look, this one is level 33. Actually, it's twice the level, but like, this one got higher, faster, and all that stuff, because look, this one's level 10, this one's level 14, and right, the reason is because this one boosts this, so since we did this one first, it boosted this one, and then since we boosted this one boosted this one, so the ocean just got extra boosted, which is fine, right, it's good, because then, like, the actual thing, but especially since we need 25k, I feel like that might be the best move, in all honesty, is to getting the sun first, but we can roll out and play the moon for now, right, because at the end of the day, just upgrading this will also just give us more. Although it might get to a point where it's like, wow, this is really stalling and grinding to a halt, which then maybe we could switch to sun, but I think it's fine. It didn't take us that long to get 5k, and I know it's going to be about like 30% slower. I think we can live with that, right? We're going to be able to upgrade like bulk power, or like evolve it, so we're going to be getting like 200% more base bulk, 200% more bulk power, right? eventually we're gonna get card multiplier up by a good amount, by 80% as well. So we're just gonna be opening more cards, which will be better for us. Right, so we just gotta trust the process. But story time. Anyway, I had this big crush on this girl, right? And this is like me, innocent old me, back in college. I didn't know shit, right? I thought we were all raised in the church and we all believed love existed and all this shit, right? And so, right, I was just living my life. And I was chilling, and I was in school, and I was like, I was basically just trying to, essentially, speedrun life, so to say. Right, where it's like, okay, I have my friends, I have this girl that I'm hoping for, and all this, and I get this girl, I get this right, and my life will hit all the beats, and I never really thought about okay, this is bad. Please just accept the trade, bro. Cause chat, okay. I understand if there was some collusion, the Clippers would need to get penalized on all this in the trade. Right, but I feel like, so like, if they got Kawhi illegally, first of all, I feel like people in Toronto, or at least me as a Toronto Raptor fan, I don't care, right? He's left, but he won us the ring, right? I think all of us knew from the start, even me as a naive little kid who was hoping for him to stay, all kind of knew deep down from the start that he would leave eventually, and he left. But the way he left was giving us literally the best season ever. I think that was a top 5 performance that any NBA player has, joining a new team, all this stuff, and like really creating something out of it, and like, you know, ended up winning the NBA championship, right? So I can't fault the guy for that. Although it is kind of salt in the wound where there's some under the table dealings in which this like the Clippers like, alright, I'll pay the difference, right? You can get a max with Toronto, you join the Clippers, we'll give you the max. We'll give you what you would have made if you stayed with Toronto, but just to come do it in LA, which you want to do. So on paper you're getting paid less, but in reality, it's like, who cares, right? Which that sucks. But if the investigation concludes like that what he did was wrong, right? Which, in all fairness, if I were the NBA, I'd kind of punish pretty heavily. But just the fact that I'm a Raptors fan, I'm hoping it doesn't. They don't. But if he didn't take that deal, he's either going to the Lakers or he's just staying with Toronto for the money, right? But I think he was gonna. If the Clippers didn't do that, he would have just went to the Lakers. In all honesty, but. You know, there's this line of reasoning where it's like, well, if I wasn't gonna do this, I would just stay with Toronto, and I feel like he could just negotiate with Toronto, I feel like this just gives, Chad, that was bad, right? I probably shouldn't have done that. Because it's only 11, now upgrading it gives me 3. I don't know if that was, I don't know how this game works with the cards and stuff. But anyway. I'm Kawhi, I'm kind of just like, oh, I would went to Toronto anyway. I would stay with Toronto, and then if I'm Toronto, I'm negotiating this contract extension. It's like, alright, you did this, this, and this. You kind of put us in deep water, also, which you just kind of distasteful, right? You're taking like under the deal money to like get away from us. It's like, come on, what do you think we are? Like, we deserve some sort of respect, and we can use it as a bargaining chip to not pay him as much, right? Probably comes around. Anyway, back to school, right? I was naive. I was like, oh, blah blah, speedrun life. I'm the finest girl, and look at this, right? And then I find out through like losing a bunch of weight that it's like, wait a minute, this like life shit isn't hard. Right? Like, it felt almost like I understood the rules of the game in that moment after I fasted and I lost a bunch of weight like quick, right? Because I went from fat to like chubby over winter, and then over summer I really locked in, played basketball damn near every single day, all this shit. So I was coming back fucking in form, right? And I'm just walking, and I'm walking around, and I'm like, wow, this like life shit is like really easy. And a lot of people are interested in me. I'm like going to the cafe, and girls are like sitting close to me, but like not next to me. Like some girls would like ask, but I was like so socially anxious, and I'm like still even to this day where I understand that I'm attractive to a certain extent, right? But I just can't for the life of me like talk and like be a regular person, right? Like I just can't do that. And I like rub everyone the wrong way. And so I just like stopped, like I stopped like talking to people. Cause usually when people like talk to me, I kind of understand what they need from me, right? Or at least I used to, where it was like, I used to do this, but now it's like my kind of role has kind of shifted, because it's like, a lot of people treat me a lot nicer now, just like off first look, first glance, first convo, and they like expect me, and they like kind of expect this like sort of friendship, right? Where back when I was fat, where it was like, maybe they were doing things to be polite, well I knew deep down where it's like, okay, they didn't actually fuck with me, right? And like now I'm keeping that same mentality, but like now I'm like a good asset to be around, but I feel like part and a lot of my appeal comes from the fact that I am alone and I shield myself away, right? Because at my core, I think the thing that makes me me the best, and I think this is why I'm so weird around my family is because I can tend, like, my true self, the one that, you know, when I hear, like, just be yourself, do this, blah, 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 when I hear that, I'll do this, like, and people always say that, and words like that, in my core, I'm just, like, a hurt kid that, like, this sounds corny, but like I have pictures of me just zoning out, sitting down, like my profile picture, right? Like that's who I am, right? Right, I had my tonsils removed and I was in a lot of pain, right? And I vividly remember my tonsil removing experience, but I don't remember my age. I don't remember how old I was. But the picture that I have as like my profile page and everything like that, like my mom says I was younger and I already had them removed like that, but like my mom said that I was always like a super hyperactive, like loud kid. And whenever I'd like quiet down and like sit down and like stick to myself and be quiet, that's when she knew I was like hurting or whatever, and I needed like the pain medication for my tonsils. Which kind of just makes me think, like I don't, when like she said that, I had like a bit of distrust in it. It's like, really? Like that was it? Like, are you sure you weren't just like putting me on like painkillers and like now I'm kind of like itching that, like my mind just like anxiety like goes here where it's like, so just because I wasn't talking and I was quiet and I was chill, it's so weird to me because now I do have those moments too where I'm like talking and like, and then my mom would just like be like get upset. It's like, you guys are always like so loud, or blah, blah, you guys need to like calm down and like stuff like that, and she like gets upset. But it's like my whole life, starting from when like my tonsils were removed, when I was quiet, when I was chill, when I was by myself, you said there was something wrong, and you'd like load me up on painkillers. So now when I'm old, like doing the exact same shit, because like we're the same people that we are, right? We're like, obviously we learn and we grow, but like fundamentally, we don't like, there's like what are your core personality traits that don't change from birth? Innate temperament, that's what it's called. I took a right, where it's like the biology-based inborn emotional and variable traits that shape how you respond to the world, right? Activity level, regularity, sensitivity, intensity, adaptability, approach, slash withdrawal, persistence, distractibility. Personality. Now, like I felt like she saw some of the stuff where it was just my temperament, and she felt like she needed to fix it, and a lot of it was then loading me up on fucking pain meds. So maybe I feel like now, like sometimes I just have like a hole I need to fix because of that. Chat, I'll always be a romantic chess player. I think that's like in my core. I think that's like part of my temperament, a part of my personality. Or like I don't care about winning or losing. Well, like, it's like how I did it. Like, my brother, like, me and my brother, we went to, like Sundays they usually play volleyball or basketball, or yeah, volleyball or basketball or like something else. And I was there, and it was my first time working on Sunday, and they were gonna go play basketball, and I was like, there was only 4 people that showed up, including me and my brother, so really only 2 people from work. But yeah, I was giving him work. I was rusty, but I was still putting in bag work, doing all this stuff, nice flashy passes, all this stuff, and I didn't care about winning, right? Like, I don't care about winning or losing. But did you see the way I did it? Like I always say this, like my brother, like I was always, like I was a freshman B team player on our high school team. Sophomore year was our COVID year, so I didn't play then. Junior year we came back, like I think the second semester, right? I forget how it works. Or something. Or like something, a junior year came back or something, I forgot, and like, people were like begging me. A lot of the basketball players were like begging me to like, not really begging me, but like asking me like, oh, are you gonna join a team when you're big, like, so they're asking me. I didn't really like to do it. First of all, because I always felt bullied. I always felt put down in all this shit. When I was on the team, I remember there was one time where, you know, they did that thing where it's like you get on someone gets behind you, or in front of you, not really in front of you because you had seen it, but like they get behind you, and the other person like pushes you over them, so you like trip over them and you fall. Like they did that one time on our way, like coming back from Speedway. They had the whole like group chat without me thing. Like, I've been a loser for a while, bro. Like, I just don't know what to do. I think that's why I'm just like, I'm alone. I'm just gonna be alone. Right? Every single group I've been in, people would rather me not be in it, right? And I know that has to do something with me, but I think part of that is just like me being autistic to the point of like, I just don't understand, right? Like and I think I've gotten better with time, but like, oh, we get a new super rare. Gain more points based on the total amount of stat entries you've unlocked. So we get 100% more points. So our point multiplier is now at 103. But if we get enough shreds, we're gonna have to start unlocking this. We can unlock 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like 8, right? 8 more, and how does it work? 20 entries, so I'm assuming, yeah, it's 5, so it's gonna be 105 next. I mean, it's fine. I feel like it's not the best. If we really want our points up, we can just spam point press, and that will give us a lot more. Although I assume the returns are gonna be, that we have yet to see an ultra rare chat. But I think that takes 1 billion, so we're like 1/4 of the way of getting there. Yeah, now it's like 3% per chance, right? I was always lame, so I kind of like knew, like, so I kind of like know, like, it's like the best way for me to be in somebody's life is to not be in it. If that makes sense. Like, don't get me wrong, no matter who you are, and if we're like friends, I might not talk, even at work, or like, if I'm in a class with you or anything like that, right? I might look rude, standoffish, arrogant, and all to myself, but I really hope that you're doing good and everyone that you know, I hope everyone does good and all that shit, right? But I just know, or like, I just have this feeling in my heart, no matter what, if I'm in your life, it is probably gonna be worse somehow. Like, chat, my full name is David Polszowski, right? That is my full last name, right? Polish last name with the C, ski meaning of, right? So there's multiple ways you could read my last name. David is just David, and it stands for beloved, right? Which I guess maybe counteracts it, but like Pogorzelski, right? Ski is just is of, right? In Polish, ski is meaning of, so it could be of Pogorzel, right? Pogorzel. Small. Pogorzel refers to several small rural villages across Poland, primarily the Masovian degree of relationship, including location Minsk, Mława, and Otwock County. As I know. Pogorzel might, right, and its maps. Let's check on the maps. Pogorzel, right? This is a town in Poland, and it could be meaning of this town, right? I think there's multiple though, so I don't know what. Map of all Polish voivodeship. Right, so it could be, so most of the cities are here, right? Which kind of makes sense because my family is from this one, Podlaskia. And it refers to multiple towns from here, so it makes sense, right? Just from my last name, you can kind of tell that I'm kind of from here. Right, and that's just one of the many meanings of my last name, is that I'm from a small town from like somewhere here and like what we just saw on the map, right? That stuff, right? But then you can look up Pogorzelski meaning. The surname Pogorzelski is a Polish habitational name for someone originated from the place named Pogorzel, Pogorzela, or Pogorzela, derived from the word Pogorzec, meaning to burn down. It was also historically used as a nickname for someone who lost their property in a fire, right? It's a burn down, right? Chat. Half of the stuff I talk about is of me burning bridges, right? I'm someone naturally born. Of burning fires, right? And it's very fitting. My dad just kind of took it literally, right? Although that was my Polish slipping out, I think. Me and him never really had the best relationship growing up, but that's like kind of like the joke that I see going around, where it's like life and death as a kid, like when you're a little baby and like your father and you're first coming into the world, it's great, it's all love, it's all this, and going up to once you like start going to school, like your dad's like and like you reach like an age where you're like kind of grown and you can like grab beers together. It's like oh wow, this is like chill, right? I saw a meme like that. Maybe it was like someone with the same kind of not really trauma as me, right? Or it could be Pogorzec. Right? Pogonophobia? What is this? There's an intense race for aversion to beards and facial hair. Chat, should I get a beard? Pursuit. Chase, quest. Chat, I thought it meant fire. I One. Fire Polish or Flame Polish versus a glassware. No. Pogorzelski meaning Polish. Right, where it's like Pogorzec. But Pogorzec? Pogorzec. Polish. English Polish. To make this. Pogorzec. 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 Pogorze. 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 Pogorzec. Foothills or plateaus. And Pogorzelisko. Po is like a root word, Gorzelisko. Gorzelisko. So, Pogorzelisko is the Polish word for, like, the ash of a fire burnout site. But funny enough, right, in that word, orzeł, right, but it's the one with the line. That meaning is evil, right? So, chat, right, mine is like a habitual place for someone that goes there. It's like to make worse or burn down a ruined site. And then also there's like the name. So like in it, Pogorzhelski, if you want to think about it, Pogorzel could mean phoenix, right? Because, kind of view me as like extend. That's why I kind of I feel like chat. If they ever make a Naruto live action, I think I have a good shot of being a Uchiha. I can slime out my brother if you need me to. I have black hair. Sometimes my eye does this weird thing after I did surgery on it. Actually, chat, for a while in my life, I thought I had the Sharingan. Or I didn't think I had the Sharingan. It's just that I had a swollen optic nerve. Which, chat, I felt the life of bat phobia. Because, like, I had a swollen optic nerve. Causes. It's usually common in very old people, but my doctor is like, yo, this is rare. This is exactly how my eye was looking, right? Inflammation or increased fluid pressure around the brain, right? So, chat, I went to the doctor, they looked at my eye, they saw vision, they're like, yo, this looks like a fucking hurricane, bro. I know that's not really a saying, but it's like my Polish doctor, it was a Polish eye doctor, so like, chill on her for a little bit. So she was like, this shit looks like a hurricane, you should go get to the doctor, get that checked. And then, instead of like going, so we didn't go to the doctor right away, but we set up an appointment with the doctor, and they're like, oh, when did you figure out about this? And they're like, oh, we figured out this, blah, blah, blah. And so, like, a couple of days go by, and this happens, and, like, which this is half a dot. Half a dot is chill. Do I spend all of it on this? Probably not, because what is this up now? 238. To the 1.4 powers. Now it's 2,000. It's all 2,000. Chat, do I do it? We're gonna get a bunch. I mean, chat, it doesn't even show up. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. We're like, oh, this shit looks like a hurricane. And you go to the doctor. A couple days go by, we go to the doctor. And they're like, yeah, we can't help you. Because the lady at the eye doctor was like, this could be cancer, right? Because, like, something is, like, rubbing in the back of your eye that's making a swollen optic nerve that. So, like, my vision was red and all that. So, like, for a while, I had to, like, convince my mom to go to the eye doctor because she really thought I was just, like, trolling. But no, it was real. I had, like, a swollen optic nerve, but, like, I would walk around and just, like, blink. Constantly. Because I'm, like, I swear to God, I was, like, it was, like, seeing, like, two different worlds. I remember I was, you guys knew how lonely I was, so I was, like, kind of the class clown. In one of these classes, Joe, like, the teacher asked me, like, oh, how's the doctor, blah, 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 and I go back, and I was just, like, being so honest. I was, like, it was, like, my way of coping. I was, like, yeah, it's fine, you know, she said it might be cancer. No one took me seriously. Everyone laughed, and it was, like, the truth. And I was just like, yeah, it might be cancer, blah, 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 blah. This happened, this happened, this happened. So, like, I just continue. You know, we go to the doctor's like, don't wait to make an appointment, go to the ER, get the x-ray, blah, blah. So then after we go to the doctor and we get the ER, they recommend us to some places, so we go the same day. I will always remember this day because it was when Cardi was supposed to be performing in Chicago for the King Band tour, and I desperately wanted to go. I couldn't. My mom said no, A, and then B, I was just stuck in the doctor's office. And so, I was doing with my Sharingan, they, like, do some tests, and they're like, drink enough water? You should be drinking more water, right? That's very rare for, like, young kids. You should be drinking water. And I'm like, okay. They do all this stuff, I drink my water, or whatever. Doesn't really help. And then, like, one day, I remember at school, it got so bad where I just, like, could not see out of my right eye. I was playing basketball, I had no depth perception, I was, like, missing my shots, I literally couldn't see, and, like, it was just like happenstance where it was like the day of my eye just like going completely like blind basically. I went blind in my right eye. It was like conveniently another day. It was like the same day I had to like go to the doctor and like do like my checkups that they were doing on me. And because they were just like monitoring it, they didn't want to do anything about it. Like they didn't know what was causing it, they didn't know anything like that. So that we were just monitoring. It's like, alright, drink your water, come back and like tell me what happens. So I come back one day, I'm like looking at this shit and I'm like can't see. Try playing basketball, doesn't work. And same day, coincidentally, go there, they're like, wow, they test my eye vision, they do the eye test, all that stuff. That shit came back 1 in 50. So, chat, what? I know what this means, but I'm just like looking it up for you guys. What does 150 eyesight mean? Vision 150 means that 1 meter, approximately 3.3 feet, you can see that what a person with normal vision can see about 50 meters away, so 164 feet. This represents severe visual impairment or low vision. It is equivalent to a Snellen infraction of 20 to 1,000. There are two primary ways to interpret eyes, depending on whether you're looking at clinical visual or an eyeglass consequence. So chat, like, my eyesight was bad. I was severely visually impaired. I ended up, like, literally putting needles in my eyes. They did surgery on my eye. I was walking around school with a white patch over my right eye. You know, my crush asked me what happened while I was wearing that around. I was like, yeah. You know, they thought it was cancer. It was just one optic nerve. Ended up having to do surgery, stuck needles in my eyes, and because there was like a big bloody part from where they stuck the needles, and I was like living life, it didn't matter. And then like recently, like my eye would just get irritated or dry, and like that eye that they did surgery on would just like close. So, but even to this day, my right eye never got to as good as it was before that like fiasco. Like, I just have visions or remember a time where if I closed my left eye, I would see just as clearly as if I closed my right eye. That just doesn't work, and I also just have like this perpetual floating, like, broken off nerve in my right eye. So, that's my story about my eye. Which kind of relates to my music shit, but who knows? But yeah, I think we were talking about a girl. You know, I thought I wanted to speedrun life. that happened like junior year. Then I didn't really care for it. Didn't really think about it much. And then I always think about it like when my boss was like giving me shit at work. Where it's like, no, Legion, just fuck. I don't. Do you think I give a fuck about this job? You know, I thought I had fucking cancer. I lived through that shit. You know, like this means nothing to me. I always use it in that sense. But yeah, something happened, and now like this eye's closing, and I don't know if it could just be like psychiatrical, because like I don't know why it happened. Like the doctor told me that what's the most common eye surgery? Like, most common eye surgery for seniors. What's it called? Cataracts, yeah. So like my doctor was like, you might need cataracts a lot sooner than a lot of other people. So that's fine. But he was like, he told me it's like very quick. Everyone's gonna get it basically eventually, and you know, I feel like once you get it done, you don't need it again. I think I don't fucking know. But yeah, relates to my music thing. But it could all just be fucking psychological. I don't know. I don't mean to do it. I don't want to do it. But like sometimes I'm working and it fucking happens. I hate it. But I also remember when I was younger, the teachers would also like, my mom would tell me stuff about like, teachers like would call home and mention something about my eye doing some shit. And we went to the doctors, and then she didn't. The eye doctor didn't see anything except for the fact that like my left eye has like extra skin around it, which is like kind of noticeable. Not really, but like if I really wanted to, we could get like plastic surgery done. That didn't end up happening, and so maybe it's just like that. Could just be coming back, because my whole plan growing up was just like, okay, my parents suck. You guys are doing awful shit. I'm go to college and I'm gonna heal. And it worked. Like I said, sophomore year, I was the best, most happiest version of myself. And then I don't know. It feels like I just took like a massive step back, and it's supposed to be the year I'm graduating and not doing it on time. It just sucks. But life goes on, I guess. But back to this fucking thing about this girl. Alright. So I thought I was gonna speedrun life. That didn't really go as planned, and because it was about this woman thing, right? Growing up, when I was a really little kid, even like, I was kind of a ladies' man. I would have a lot of female friends. We'd always have fun. Got to a point with one where like I kind of wanted to like. Yeah, I remember I made a couple cry. Of course, I broke their hearts. Like, we were playing 7-Up and like I couldn't remember she was, so I like just blatantly cheated and like got her out. Teacher didn't say anything, and that was that. But then there was like this one girl that happened and that fucking wrecked me for a long time. So then I was like, fuck. I was really fucked up. I couldn't get over her. But then like in college, after I got like hot, I was like, well, if I can't get over her, I might as well have some fun before I see her again. But then another girl showed up, and I couldn't even talk to her. I talked to her like maybe twice. But I tried talking to her in DMs where I was a lot more comfortable, and I was like kind of hoping where it's like, yo. I hope she was understanding of the fact I was like, yo, I'm very socially anxious, but if we start talking online, it'll make me more comfortable talking to you in person. She would always ignore my DMs, then go and meet me and like try to get me to talk to her in person. And then she was like, I remember like we'd have lecture and discussion, and then like she'd be like, I was like, why doesn't he talk to me? And I'm like, dude, I'm so autistic, I'm like afraid to do so. And like I could go up and like, oh my god, like looking back, it's so fucking embarrassing how I acted and stuff like that, and I wish I did it differently, and I wish I could go up to people and just like talk to them like a normal conversation, but I feel like I just, no matter what I do, no matter what I say, it's just awkward. So maybe I should just be like, okay, it's gonna be awkward, I have a huge fucking cock. I should just be okay with it being awkward, because at the end of the day, I know I'm him. But I don't. I just don't. I just fucking don't. So I'm always a pussy, and I'm always trying to get fucking people. I'm so socially anxious, and I always need somebody to talk to me first before I can, do it. And like, I don't mean to be arrogant. I don't mean to be a fucking asshole. I don't mean all this shit. We're just fucking habits, right? And I just kind of have to fucking live with that. But anyway, I couldn't fucking talk to this girl. I kept reaching out or whatever, and I was like, and it was like actually embarrassing. Like, I remember I would like constantly daydream about like a life that we could have, but I wouldn't even talk to her. And like I could tell like she was always ahead of the trends, all this stuff. Like I could tell like she wanted to go into fashion, but she was just like doing architecture because it's like, I talked with other architecture majors before, but it's like, you're good at math, you want to be creative. It's like, it's kind of like an autistic, I'm saying autistic, but like it's kind of like that person's like dream, right? Where it's like, I can do basically design, I just have to design houses and that, which I actually get behind 100%, because like, I feel like humans, we go through cycles, and it's like, using like currently, like now, this cycle or like this phase of this world that we have currently like lived through and been a part of has been like, look at what we made, let's try to improve it to the best of our ability to make it as best as possible, as efficient. If it's too big and bulky, make it smaller. If we need to make it bigger and more powerful, make it more powerful, like that. Right, so I'm kind of looking through this, but like long ago, the kind of philosophy is like, when you make new shit, right? Right, they invented it, right? Like the internet was coming out, they're like, when you make new shit, we just have like this new thing, when you incorporate this everything. So then like we made like smartphones, smart fridges, like everything smart home, smart this, blah blah blah. And we were like making new shit. And then after you do that, right? So it's like, and I feel like that kind of like reflects it, where it was like, a lot of this like new design stuff, I feel like looks exactly like what is the newest architecture design trend? Triple net zero design. Like this, chat, this kind of just looks like brutalism, but with plants. Am I not wrong? Right, this also just kind of looks like brutalism, but like, think of brutalism as the Nokia, and this is the iPhone. Right? That's kind of how, like, this world, this is, it kind of looks like. Look at this house, and like, I feel like this is like the closest thing we get to it. Like, look at this, where it's like made of stone, but it's like this is like the iPhone version of this Nokia. Same with this, right? Although, like, this is like sleek as well and stuff like that. I feel like we're gonna go back to like that kind of Victorian era where it's like a lot of people are like, their shit was like so beauty minded, where literally every single light post, lamp post had like some intricate design and all this stuff, and even though it was like harder to make, it's like they're kind of, I feel like the philosophy was like, we're not doing this for just ourselves, right? This is for like future generations, so like why not we do this and make it, not only make it right, but then also make it worthwhile and make it like worth something to them, right? Where it's just like, oh, it looks good, that's why we should, right? Because like even now, right, where it's like, who cares about like a fucking light lamp post now? It's just like a fucking log sign, and I know it's more efficient, right? Because nowadays what we value is like efficiency, right? We came up with a new thing, and when you make something new, I feel like the whole point of making something new, a new style, a new anything, is like you really think it out, you really fledge it out, and you really like pinpoint and like design. And it's like that thing is like the best of its sort of kind almost. Where it's like with Rage, the first like real full Rage. Chat, side note. I was talking to this guy, and he like portrays himself as like a big music nerd, and I'm just like a really big like trap guy. I love trap. I like rap. I like Rage, right? So we were talking about like Rage music, right? And he's talking about like, and I was talking about how like Whole Lotta Red was the first real Rage album. And he's like, what are you talking about? Love is Rage that came out in like 2015. And I'm like, Love is Rage isn't Rage just because it has Rage in the title. But also what I'm saying is also kind of wrong, because like, So Fake was doing, what was the first Rage album? Right, like it evolved from this here, from So Fago's discography. And like I get, and this I kind of understand, right? Where it's like all these beats have elements that would count as a Rage beat or Rage something, right? Where it's like this, where it's like looking back at the lens, but like it wasn't like Love is Rage. No one was calling that a genre, right? Love is Rage was just like a melodic trap album, right? But like it stemmed like obviously the people that made like So Fago, obviously big influenced by Uzi Vert. They have like that Bye song together, and like very clearly was like inspired by Love is Rage and all this stuff, but that wasn't a Rage album. Rage got its genre name from I Miss Rage from Cardi and that, which I feel like came out before Hold On Red, but I could obviously just be lying. Right, So Fagos, things like that, like, and this dude was like desperately trying to tell me, it was like, no, dude. Love is Rage, like, best Rage albums. Well, like, now it's like, Jump Out, Young KO, Cherries, Bass, Lunchbox, that's me. Chat. There's a whole lot of red. Yeah. Oh, I forget how bad critically acclaimed this is. Also, this wasn't really Rage. This is true worse. But like, honestly, this isn't better, this isn't better. Like, this was a cool album. I fucked with New Jazz. There's only one review, right? Like, how many reviews does this shit have? 9 reviews. I'm sure this also came out early before, like, they saw this, the influence, but like, it was like the first and biggest, like, kind of Rage album. I don't see Destroy Lonely. Does Destroy Lonely not count? That's strange. But, yeah, like that. Like, this is so, like, look at the years, right, where this was, like, the first ever really Rage, album, and then, like, let's look at, like, the ones above it, let's see which ones, like, what year it's from, right? 2025, 2022, 2025, 2026, 2023, 2021, September 2021, like that. So, like, I don't know. I just don't get this ranking. This ranking. I really hate this shit, bro. It just doesn't make sense. Like, this is like, I don't know how to explain y'all what I'm trying to get at, but this one's pretty good as well. Say So Says wasn't that good. This shit, I've never even heard, I'm not gonna lie. Same with Vicky Agula. Midwest definitely doesn't have a top 10 trap or Rage album all time. Same with Lucy, Bedrock. Same with like all these guys. Like Yeats deserves to be up here. Lunchbox deserves to be up here. Like these, I don't agree with these rankings at all. But I feel like with a whole lot of red, first real Rage album. We'll watch this one. Half Blood I guess people fuck with a lot. The same with this. I don't get it. I literally don't get it. How is all of this above Whole Lotta Red in terms of like actual Rage albums? Is Whole Lotta Red still so fucking slept on today? That doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me, bro. Yeah, but like Sofago. Like Sofago. Like this, even Sofago's. I'm not gonna lie, bro, I hate the new fucking underground, bro. All this like new underground shit, I like genuinely cannot fucking stand, bro. But anyway, like same with Whole Lotta Red, right? Like Whole Lotta Red, obviously there was like Sofagos, but a lot of that is like more plug and B shit, like a lot more just like regular melodic trap. Like I feel like Whole Lotta Red was the one that kind of like ironed out where like this is Rage, this is what it is, it's kind of like what it sounds like, this is blah blah blah, this is this and that. And it's like a very well made, right, where it's like, this is something new, right? Cardi knows this is something, like, that's like his whole goal as like an artist, right, where he said in an interview plenty of times, like the type of guy where it's like, if shit's getting bored, he's gonna drop something to like spice it up and get something new, right? This is like part me glazing, but this is like straight up what he says, right? So like, he knows this is like some new off the wall shit. So like, he really dresses up, he like aestheticizes it, right? Where he has like this whole image of like this vampire image, which like fits well with his like, and a whole lot of red comes from like his involvement with the Bloods, which I feel like everyone always like questions just because like he's like a big fashion guy and stuff like that, right? Or it's like a cool double entendre like that, and all this stuff, and it's like very synthy, very right. And it's like that album is just like, I don't care what people say, I don't care, like, all of those albums that came out, like Say So Says, Rest in Bass, any Osama Sun album, I think like 50 years down the line, people won't be talking about it as much as Playboy Cardi's Whole Lotta Red. Whole Lotta Red has the most staying power across all of those, right? When I Am Music came out, everyone was disappointed it didn't sound closer to Whole Lotta Red. But when Whole Lotta Red came out, everyone was hating on it, right? But like he laid the groundwork, and then I feel like a lot of the guys now, and a lot of the complaints about Rage now is that it's like everyone evolves into the same sound. Where like everyone blows up and gets famous off of like the fact that it's like that they all have like the kind of like unique sound that all kind of fits under Rage, and they all kind of like evolved into the same Rage sound. And it's like everyone's complaining, right? Which, like, if you're thinking about it, right, where kind of like this new thing comes out, right? Cardi releases like Whole Lotta Red, which then spawns this new thing comes out, which then spawns a bunch of people trying to imitate it, or like have their own version of it, and then kind of like people picking their favorite, and then like just evolutionary, right? Because like if you're all inspired by this one sound, like it's bound to happen that it's like there's like a dominant force, right? So people, this could happen intentionally. I'm not saying like there wasn't no label intervention, but like after Whole Lotta Red, you were given a bunch of options as to what Rage could sound like and what Rage could be. Right, mainly it was like just the opium lackeys, like Sofeo was mixed in there, like eventually grew, and like everyone was like doing it. But then everyone that made like that rage music and all these like rage artists, same thing happened with like that melodic trap shit. They're all focused in, and kind of there's like this predominant rage sound that, like, if you're a fan of underground music, which is, I guess, like, just, you could just say like I'm a fan of rage music. I feel like that's what people say. There's like this predominant sound of rage, and then after this gets streamlined and gets to like, it's distilled to its like the heart of, and like once rage, people are done with like rage and stuff, there's gonna be something new born of rage, and then the process completes over and over. I feel like that's the same thing for everything, right? With design, with everything like that. I think the design reflects kind of what stage we're at. I feel like that cycle is kind of useful for technologies, which I feel like if music, like thinking of music as one, right, where it's like, I don't know where this was going, but yeah. So I feel like architecture is like a big one. The fact that everyone wants to be creative, but there's so much risk involved with being creative that really the only people that end up being creative are like back in the days, like if the creatives like had patrons, right, like paying for a bunch of like art, so like they had to do a bunch of art that they didn't want to do so that they could work on the actual art they did want to do. Like the Mona Lisa wasn't like a crazy fucking awesome painting. It was like kind of, obviously it was a great painting just by the fact that, you know, Da Vinci was definitely a fucking end user, and his men was robbed off on that painting just for the fact that he had skill. But like he was only doing that shit so that he could work on like an actual painting that he really cared about. And so it happens all the time. So it makes sense that like now, like the artists, like right now, we saw the list of Rage albums and like the critics, and who was up there? Northwest was fucking up there, which like makes sense. She's young, she has new ideas, but then she also is like, we checked early on our earlier stream where like music is like epigenetic, right, and all this stuff where it's like, right, so like even the fact that I'm making some music every day is strengthening my music muscle. If I don't make it out, my son will. And the fact that I'm 6'3", and I'm doing all this like yoga and all this shit, my son will definitely also be, and daughter will definitely also be more fit. So even if it's not just for me, I can do it for the future. But it's, I definitely want some of that glory. You know, I've been working hard. Give me some of that shit, which I have, but I want more of it, more tangible shit. Not just like this wavelength that we call life, right? So it makes sense for a lot of like people, and like a lot of like, we're gonna see a lot more nepo babies, and like, you know, like Two Hollis' parent mom, like obviously he has talent, but at the same time you can't deny the fact that his mom, being a record executive, you know, Yeat's dad was a drummer. Like all these people that like blew up and are like successful, they all came from like success. Like Gracie Abrams as well. Like so many people are nepo babies. That doesn't discredit what they've done. They still make great music. or have in the past, or like, you know, they have skill. But it just makes sense for how this happens, and everyone that has this creative itch, because everyone has a creative itch, especially nowadays with like AI where you can like make it yourself. A lot of people are like, well, I'll just do architecture because like it's basically me being creative, but it's like an actual technically real job. Like you can talk, and like we were talking about socioeconomic shit yesterday. Like even if, like, how much do architects make? That's actually a good amount, holy. $62. A lot better than mine. A lot better than mine. Yeah. Of course, every job you can successfully, every degree you can successfully do that. But like, you know, socioeconomically, being architect is a lot more than like maybe being a construction worker, having like a working job, and then like having this like creative outlet, which is like makes sense for why people would want to do it. Anyway, this is all to say. There was this girl. We could have been talking. We could have been a thing. Something was stopping me. I think part of it was like I never had a girlfriend. I didn't have any like this, so I wanted to be more experienced before I started dating, which makes no sense. I should have, like, that was the best I could do. Right, like I should have just started there, let it crash and burn, but I didn't want it. Like I'm going into this thinking where it's like it's probably gonna end. So, but I don't want it to end. So I should go off and try to be better so that it doesn't end. And that has no bearing on it. Anyway, so it never really technically started, but I do believe in the soul and all that. So I think soul-wise, are definitely intertwined in some way. But then, I was working on music at the time, and so I had like this dream of like her being like this designer, me being her model, even though I don't technically look that good. I don't know, it's weird. And I guess it's just the way I carry myself makes me a lot more attractive. So I don't know. But I should probably get a beard because I do have kind of low-key a double chin. But I can't really grow a beard. Fuck my stupid sister. And I don't really know what to do. We're gonna live regardless. But yeah, something stopped me from talking to her. We were like solely intertwined, and I was like still fucked up before her. And then like my brain literally fucked. Like I looked up her name on Instagram because like she wrote it in like such a beautiful font and like such a clear printed name. Like she wanted me to see it and like do all this stuff, but I looked it up, and then she had like 2 Instagrams. But like, I refuse to believe like the one that had like 1,000 people, like 1,000 people following her. She follows 1,000 people. I refuse to believe that one was her, so I literally only looked at like architecture Instagram. Like, because in my mind, it would have been like a perfect fairy tale where it was like, no one knows her, I wouldn't have to worry about her cheating, all this stuff. And it would be like perfect. She's beautiful, low key, hidden baddie, all this stuff, and like I could cheat life. I could live with her, we could be peaceful, we can be together, all this stuff, right? Anyway, I was like still fucked up over her for like the longest. And like one day I kind of like check her Instagram, and then like I make the realization over the summer that I was like, wait a fucking minute, these are the exact same fucking people. And like I get pissed because I think I saw her shit on my For You page, and like so like I see it, and I connect the dots. I'm like, oh. Right. And I'm like, fuck, and I get so embarrassed and angry, and I'm like, oh, fuck, and I was like probably off the be around at work. Like, I couldn't, like, help it, which is, like, something I gotta work on, like, I have to, like, live with that. And, so yeah, I don't see her, like, at all. I see her, like, a couple times, just, like, in passing at school. And, yeah. And, like, a couple, like, weeks ago, she decides to post, like, the fucking, like, the hottest picture she has ever posted of herself on Instagram, and that, like, kind of fucked me up. But, like, I realized that I was like, wait a minute. While she was off doing that, like, I was doing, like, this music thing this whole time, like, making beats. Like, some days I was, like, straight up posting 4. Like, instead of studying for classes, I was straight up making 4 beats a day. Which I should do now. While I'm, like, not doing anything over the summer, I should be making more beats so I could lock in during school. But, like, I'm an idiot, and I want it hard for myself for some reason. So I'd love to do that, but that's not what I'm doing. And so I sent her one of my, like, reply guys shit, right? Where it's like, which is, like, could be taken for cheese. Like, I didn't want it to be flirtatious at the beginning. I was just like, oh, this is like a fun thing I could do. Right, this is my name, like, I do it, like, you know, I'm like a nobody, they won't, like, think anything of it, but, like, maybe someone might see in the comments, get curious, and, like, figure it out. And to my chagrin, a lot of the people that I'm actually commenting on there were the ones that were getting, like, curious. And so I started doing it to, like, lesser known people that, like, I kind of known, hoping they would, like, chat. It is fucking, oh my god, it's so fucking embarrassing how fucking idiotic my fucking parents are. And I've had this fucking build up for so fucking long because I felt bad for, like, saying anything about it, because, like, my mom's going through something and all the, right, like, cancer, right, big cancer. But, like, the fact that she's probably gonna die before ever realizing that, like, yo, maybe I shouldn't be a fucking idiot with money. Maybe I shouldn't be ordering my daughter, or my sister, her daughter, shit every single fucking time she asks. Maybe I shouldn't be fucking ordering out McDonald's and shit and making my sister her own separate fucking dinner every single fucking day. Just because she doesn't like it. Because the way we were fucking treated was fucking A, abusive, and B, we just had to eat whatever she fucking made. She never did any of this shit for us. She's just fucking trailing fucking money down the drain. And when I'm fucking stressing about not being able to find a fucking job, and all this shit about needing to pay $1,000 a month for a fucking place, the moment I get my fucking first paycheck, and she's fucking asking me for money, chat. She's asking me for fucking money, chat. I'm like, okay, she says she'll give it back to me on Saturday. Why don't you just have the $200? Why does my dad have to fucking buy a pack and a half of fucking cigarettes? Not a pack and a half, but like a carton and a half of fucking cigarettes every single fucking week? Why does he need $20 worth of fucking scratch-off tickets a day? $20 a day, I get that you recoup that just based on the fact that, like, you're bound to win a couple. Chat, that's $140 in a week. You can't say shit anything about it, because then fucking a grown adult can't handle her fucking emotions, can't fucking handle being told what you're doing is wrong and you need to change, bro. Every week my mom buys multiple things of fast food for, like, it's so embarrassing, chat, because then I have to live with the fucking repercussions where it's like, oh, why don't I have this, why don't I have this, why don't I have that? I still have my fucking parents. I'm at school and I have to fucking lend my mom money when I'm away at school. When I get fucking paid. She said she's fucking working on her payment. Her fucking lease ends in next year. Oh, I gotta work on my fucking credit. You're not doing shit if you're fucking constantly asking me for fucking money, dude. And I can't fucking say no. Why the fuck are you asking me? Fuck did you come here, bro? Mind you, chat, my fucking 21st birthday. 21st birthday. I didn't get shit. I didn't get fucking shit for my 21st birthday, chat. No cake, no shit, nothing. For my brother's 22nd, of course he can get fucking whatever he wants, bro. Fucking pisses me off, chat. The moment I get my first fucking paycheck. It's fucking cancerous, bro. It's fucking cancerous, bro. Why don't I have a fucking girlfriend yet? Why don't I have a fucking car, bro? Like, what's the point? What's the fucking point, bro? I get my fucking first paycheck of it, and 1/5 I have to go fucking loan my money to mom. What are you fucking talking about? Oh, when are you gonna have like a wedding? Your uncle's getting old. I want to go to a wedding one day. Fuck you. Everyone around us has fucking money. Why can't fucking you learn a thing or two from them, bro? I'm fucking spending it all, bro. Fucking package, bro. Now I have to fucking deal with that shit, bro. You didn't fucking have to have me. You didn't have to do this shit. But no, you're a good Christian, right? No, the fucking hell, bro. My dad's trying to fucking guilt trip me. Do you think you're gonna go to fucking heaven? There is no heaven or hell. That shit was made to make us feel better about our fucking parents, our fucking uncles, our fucking friends. Better about dying. It wasn't made for those guys. Because when you're dead, you're dead. You don't feel shit. It's done. It's zip. It's done. Are people stressed about the people? What happened to the people that died? Are they still here? What happened? Blah, 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 blah. And then you make this bullshit fairy tale ass up where, oh, there's like a heaven and hell, and he was that, and like he did this, this, and this, which means he went to heaven, and everyone always rationalizes it, right? Because the most evil people, when they're around people they know, are still viewed as good, right? In the eyes of the Germans, were like higher ups, all that, Hitler was a good guy. Hitler was fucking evil. But to the people Hitler surrounded himself with, they viewed him as a good guy. So when Hitler died, although that was different because he was like that, but like even the worst person can die, the people that they surrounded themselves with will always come up with reasons for why he goes to heaven. And he's going to heaven, and everyone that we're against is going out. Which means he's in an even better place, because he doesn't have to deal with the people that treat him like shit. I don't know why I brought Hitler up. He's a bad person. Don't use this as me doing that. But like, he's like the most evil guy, colloquially. So even if there were anyone that really deeply cared about him that were still alive at the time of his passing. But enough of that. Right? When someone that you love dies, and you always hear about the struggles of like them going out and these weird people doing this, this, and this to him, right? You'll always rationalize that as this person that I know and hold dear to my heart did these good deeds, which makes him worthy enough to go to heaven. But then the people that did this to him are evil, and they're going to hell. Which means the person that I fuck with is in an even better place, because even if heaven was exactly like this world right now, which like we all kind of hate to a point and all this stuff, to an extent, even if it was the exact same but you just removed all the shitty people that he had to deal with, it'd be a better place, right? Which, like, when you ask someone to think of heaven, like iconographically, like a cloud kingdom or stuff like that. But like, when you truly ask someone, like, what would people be doing? What would people do? This, this, and that. They all like describe, like, mainly, like, the vice that they hold deeply in their heart, I feel like. Which is just, like, chill, because it's, like, in heaven now. Just fucking working at bus driver, bro. Don't take any extra shifts. Right. But anyway, enough of the crash out. I really shouldn't be this upset. Like, I don't have much of it. And like I'm telling y'all, chat, I am nervous because I have to pay my own shit. And just growing up, I would save for like a console or so many things up so many times, and then she would just like take it and need it and never give it back. And that's just what I've had to deal with, right? And I'm sure I would be used to it by now if she, growing up, just kind of framed it as like we are poor, but like she has way too much pride to ever say that, so she would say some shit like I'm borrowing it or stuff like that, and then she never give it back, and it would just make me more upset. So whenever she ever asked for it now, it fucking opens up that fucking mood, and it like makes me so fucking mad, dude. You can hear my Polish come out with how much I say fuck, right? Because I would just be saying kurwa instead. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, my dad wonders why I'm going bald, bro. Because she hides all the shit she's doing from him. For him, he's like going to work, coming back, and he's making enough. Mom's doing so much fucking fuck shit underneath his nose that he doesn't fucking know. Although he is 50 and he looks a lot worse than my friend's dad, which is 50, so I know that like work stress life is working on him. It's so fucked, I know, and it's like literally right after my fucking first paycheck, because she probably does this every paycheck my brother receives, and then now that I'm working, I could just go ask him, and then in my brother's eyes, things are fine, because I don't have to ask him, and I just asked somebody else. So, you know, now, my dad and my brother, no, they're both in the dark, and then I'm the one that has to deal with the stress of the fact that my family doesn't know how to save money. And you can see why I don't fucking date, bro. What's the point? What's the fucking point? It's really just fucking pick your poison, bro. But anyway, I told y'all yesterday that my fucking Instagram account for music, it's not actually clouded, but it's like got branded enough, and you could spin shit in ways that like it kind of appears clouded and has authority. Anyway, she posts like insanely good fucking picture of herself, and I'm like, fuck, can't just do that. I can't hit her up on my personal account, mainly because I don't use my personal account, which is the one that's like linked down below, but I don't use that one, so I'm like, what can I do? And so I reply guy in her comment, and like she did like a whole Instagram rebrand, so that was like one of the few post she had up, but then after I replied it, she like liked it. I don't know if she should know it's me, but I would understand if she doesn't, because like the 4 things that I have reposted are, I'm not actually gonna say it, I might look like I have 4 things reposted. One is like a nothing. I don't know why I even have it reposted. I just did it. Felt right at the time. And, I just did it, and I never did it. Then the next thing is the second thing I ever posted on that account, which is like an Earth Day poem I wrote to Kanye West's Hey Mama, which is like supposed to be me. It was also like it was like a double entendre with like climate change and my mom's cancer, and that was like part of it. And then two things are the two artists that I'm LARPing working with. So with those details, she should be able to deduce that it's me. But she might not have, but I can see her doing things that it's like, whoa, okay, you're very clearly, you like this little comic I posted, because it was like one of her only pictures, one of two pictures, one of three maybe pictures that she had up, and then I did that, and then she posted a lot more, I think hoping to get more comments from me. And then one of this little verses I made, I like referenced soccer, and I wrote one of the bars I wrote was like, where is it? I had like a thing where I was like watching footy, yes it's true. And then newest shit she posted was of literally just her feet in like a fucking meadow. Like her in a dress and a feet and her feet. And the caption is for free. So I don't know if it's because of me, but it could very well be. And that's just something I peeped. But it doesn't matter because, chat, I've had all this, right? I've had all this good faith, right? I've had all this flirting through Instagram posts and images, right? I've had like people treating me better because I'm like I look good, right? I need pussy, chat. That's all I really want. And the kid asked for is just some pussy, bro. Give me some pussy. Hit me up and is like, yo, do you want some pussy? But no, I can't get pussy, right? Tinder, I can't take pictures for life me, so Tinder is all fucked up. When I just want to get my dick wet. Why is that fucking, I hate my eye. I need to fucking lose some of this weight, chat. I need to go on my phone. I need to actually do it, but like, I just can't. I literally just can't. Oh, I have, and then I just kind of fell off and you get back on it. I already make fucking good music too, cause like, look, she might have connected the dots. Chat, I need followers. I need pussy. I need not be ugly. just can't. I fucking hate this shit. I fucking hate. Oh my god. Fucking no, chat. I fucking hate my fucking family, bro. And all the groceries she literally buys is just actual fucking processed fucking garbage. I hate this shit. I literally hate this shit. Like, bro, like, deep down sometimes I really think, like, bro. Was I can do all this shit, bro. Like, this life shit was just not for me, bro. Chat. I hate how much I fucking fluctuate, bro. Why can't I just fucking stay on some shit, bro? I was doing so fucking good, bro. Fucking hell. I hate my eyes too, bro. God, it's like my parents are fucking trying. Like, I leave for college, and I do some shit, and I do some shit that works, right? I fast, and it works, and I'm healthy. And then it's like my parents are, like, forcing me not to do what works for me. Right? As if, like, they know better for me. But when leaving for college, when I left for college and came back, I became a better man and all this, and everyone realized, right? Uncle's literally looking at me, he's like, wow, you've grown so much. And I guess what? Shrunk, right? I was the same size, I wasn't any taller, I was slimmer. I've grown as a person, right? And they would fucking see this shit, right? And they would fucking comment on it. And it's like every single fucking time I come home, it's like that shit stripped away. My health, I look so much fucking worse because all I eat is processed garbage. Because for some reason nowadays, when I was a kid, we always had to eat the same fucking meals that my mom made. But now it's like exclusively dog shit and processed deli meat, so all this stuff fucking force feeding me so many of those fucking like shitty ass pork products. Fucking the heaviest hand when it comes to salt, bro. And not only that, I tell my parents all the time, desperately, every single time, I'm fasting on these days. Read your fucking Bible. Read that. Why are you so against me fucking fasting? Read your fucking Bible. Guaranteed to mention fasting in the fucking Bible. Let's actually look it up. Yes, fasting is mentioned extensively throughout both Old and New Testament. It is traditionally used as a voluntary abstinence from food and sometimes drink to focus entirely on God, seek His guidance, or express repentance. Key figures: heart posture of humility and dependence on God rather than outward display. Major biblical figures practice fasting. Moses fasted for 40 days on Mount Sinai. David fasted in times of grief, and Daniel abstained from rich foods to seek God's will. Jesus also fasted for 40 days in the wilderness before beginning his ministry. Right? So why is it that the days that I'm telling you I'm doing this, a spiritual practice, all this stuff, is like the days that you go out and buy a fucking McDonald's big breakfast? I don't even fucking care for big breakfast. Like, I would understand it if it was like some shit I'd like, right? As a kid, that's what you'd get me, or like that's where we went to our aunt's house and that's what you get me. That's not my favorite shit, bro. You get me the onion teriyaki chicken shit from Subway, because that's what you got me as a kid. I'm a different person now, right? But you're doing all this because you know if you get me that food, I'd much rather not waste fast food than like wait a day and eat the fucking sauce, like our sausages and deli meats or anything like a day later. I fucking, and then like, oh my god. But thankfully they're gonna be fucking gone. At least fucking chill. Okay, I hate it, bro. Fucking hate it, bro. Like it, like. Fucking sucks, bro. Like, it actually fucking sucks, bro. My dad, for the longest fucking time, was fucking bitching at me because I didn't have a fucking job. When I was actively looking for a job, I couldn't find shit. No one was fucking hiring. I saw countless of videos on TikTok of people saying the same exact fucking shit. But oh, he needs to. I was like, fuck off. I'm doing this. I'm already stressed. I know what I need. You're not doing anything to fucking help. It's like the story of my fucking life. Go fucking do this shit and figure it out. And if you don't, well, guess what? You just fucking suck. And you can't even fucking vent to them because it's like, oh, well, I think you're mad at me. Shut the fuck up and just let me be a human, bro. But no, I can't be a fucking human. I have to be a fucking alien that's perfect and fucking magical. And do shit that you couldn't even fucking do. Like, literally, it fucking reminds me of the time that I got fucking bribed to not take the fucking COVID vaccine, bro. $20 too. Fucking laughable, bro. This whole fucking Michigan lake house, but they're like, please don't take the vaccine. Like, we know what's good for you. Shut up, dude. Like, I was fucking obese my whole fucking life, bro. Why? Because I used it as an escape. Because of a fucking, essentially, breakup. Because I didn't fucking feel comfortable talking about it in front of YouTube. Because I fucking see how you fucking guys treat each other. I'm just fucking living the same life over and fucking over again, Chad. I'd much rather fucking do Just smoke weed all day, bro. Why did I throw that shit away, bro? At least I can get like actual shit once I go back to school or whatever. But I need a lock-in for class, bro. My phone's not great. And my mom fucking constantly asks, like, why are you stressing? Why are you stressing? Why aren't I? Literally, like, I wouldn't need to stress if you fucking showed me and made me feel like things were gonna be okay. And I've never once felt that living here. Sorry, I just had to get some snacks, so I got hungry. Chad, is it crazy if I say, like, my cat is the person that I relate to the most? Because, like, my cat, like, I have two cats. One's a lot more vocal than the other. Like, one of them doesn't talk, like, at all, and I feel a lot closer to him. I feel just like, I know he's a cat, but like, like, animals have like traits and stuff, and he's very quiet, doesn't really talk all that much. For cats, like, isn't that weird to say? Out of everything, every living planet in this world, my cat is like the thing I'm closest to. Maybe it is, but goddamn, it's true. Actually, I want to watch it.
Lemonade is changing, Michelle.
Yeah, chat. Earth's about to be upgraded. We're good, we're really good.
And at Streamer U, Arky asked me for some advice on the group. And I was a little bit harsh in my advice. Okay, I didn't have an intimate understanding, but I basically said, hey, you should cut whoever's not putting energy into the group. That's what you should do. All right? It was some tough love. You can see the video right here. Anyway, I also offered to meet with the group, to literally give them, okay, some managerial advice. But free, for literally free, I offered to give some management advice to OSCS. I did that this morning. We had a chat for probably an hour and a half at my warehouse. Okay, I will say, all right, one person showed up late. I didn't let them in. I felt bad about doing it. Okay, one person showed up so late, I didn't let them in. I didn't even let them in. They were like 30 minutes late. 30 minutes late. That's a little too late. That's a little too late. I don't think that means they're cut right away because I told them, guys, we're not cutting them today. We're just setting expectations. It's not a great start, but that's fine. I think they can do a lot better. But anyway, we had a chat. I'm going to say something. Because we're going to have another chat with them on stream specifically about some YouTube advice. I told them I'd do that for them. It'll take like 30 minutes today. We'll do like a little YouTube advice segment. Okay, I looked through some of the videos. I'm going to say some shit, bro, and I think this is mostly OSCS fans. I think most viewers are idiots, okay? And what I mean by that is, for some reason, people have the idea that everybody in OSCS is useless unless it is Arky or Yugi because they're the biggest streamers. That's just not the case, okay? That's just not the case. Like, for a long time, Nick was probably like the most valuable member of the yard. Nick does not bring viewership necessarily to the yard from his own thing. You know, at least compared to Slime, who had like a larger following than all of us when we first started at the very start, or like Aiden who has a second podcast or whatever. Like, and Nick obviously has a second podcast too, but I'm saying like, Nick's not like a creator trying to be a creator. But it's like he does so much value behind the scenes and stuff that it's like, he's invaluable. And so it's like, in that same vein, all right, you don't need to have viewers to bring value. Like Santi, I think, deals with like a lot of the YouTube side of OSCS. That's super valuable. It's literally as valuable as being a big creator. Sometimes more. So I think some people are being idiots about that. Some people are kind of being idiots about that. But anyway, okay? It's not a podcast. Yeah, all right. MFA ain't a podcast. Anyway, we're gonna do a little chat with him, talk about the YouTube channel. I'll be honest, bro. OSCS's YouTube channel is some dog shit, bro. Santi had 3 Asian girls on the stream and pretended they were cats while they meowed and surrounded him last night. I want to know a little less about these guys because I like them right now. I like them. Okay, I have a good opinion of them. I would like to know less about them because I'm feeling like it might sway my opinion one way or the other. So stop telling me shit about them. Stop telling me shit about them, yo. So anyway, yeah, that's the game plan. Who's late? I'm not trying to blow up anyone's spot. So I'm not trying to like, that is there. We filmed it. It'll be on video. I don't need to like blow up their spot right now.
Chaz, it's not part of the Batman universe. I do like the fact that it's like about plastic surgery, that body mod shit. Oh my god, kill yourself, man. Really? That's hard to believe. Okay, time to end chat. I've been going nonverbal. I'm not gonna lie. Chill for 30 and then fucking beat. And then see where life takes me. Maybe once we get enough Earths. We're gonna get a couple more cards. Our bulk energy is gonna go up, although we do need more, so maybe I can max it out. I can't. Should have more bulk, which means, more time. Just loading. More time until that maxes out, which means more cards. I don't know why I always go for this one first. I know it's gonna make. I still haven't unlocked one of these, but I know it's gonna make this sun one better. You know, theoretically, if we want to get moon power, or the iris vision faster, we'd just level up this. I only need 5 more home stretches for some extra card multiplier, which is gonna be which is fun, which is nice, which is good. Yo, give me my superpowers, man. Yeah, chat, this only gives us like 50, and I know that the level is like an exponential thing. Actually, fuck it. Still below that, but we should be getting a lot more points now. Should be like technically level 2000 if the shit works right. Yeah, that also just spammed it. How much? Oh, let's do that. That gives us more. 187 million. Boom. We need 300,000 for QI. let me evolve Earth and I'll be on my way. Tomorrow I'm going to be streaming as well. It's going to be one of those boring streams. I feel like I'm always better when I'm coming back from work for whatever reason. Chad, this should be low-key like 2 QI. It doesn't take long. And once those get upgraded, Card Opener Factory, open your cards. We're only gonna be traversing faster. We got some of those, but we need so much that... Actually, no, we only need 250 more. So we're not gonna get this in time, unfortunately, but that's fine. So I'm gonna maybe unlock a superpower, but fine if we don't. Almost at 500 million now. So we might see an ultra rare. Maybe the superpowers are the ultra rares. What if I spam this out? We don't really. 5k. We're at 187. 345. Holy, hold up. Oh yeah, we're already at 2 point. Yeah, we're getting points fast. Hold up. We have a bunch of these we could buy. 345, 375. That's still good. Let's unlock this as well. Just because every level we get actually helps us out exponentially. And this as well. Just because we have crazy amount of points, we did not upgrade this in a while. So we were at 375 chat before this maxing out. Of course we're going to get a lot just because it took us a while. 775 times. How many points are we going to get from this, bro? And we're at 4 QIs before it even pops, chat. Holy shit. Okay, we're gonna be progressing, chat. Well, we do need to make shreds happen. Iris Vision's still the closest that... What the fuck? How did I make that noise? Iris Vision's still the only thing we can afford in that, which will help us, get extra points, because right now we're at 343% gain. More Earths, that's good. Chat, we're making so many QIs, bro. Making me feel like, yo, maybe we can afford some of these fast livers. And I'm gonna buy some faster filling packs, some card packs, extra points, gets upgraded as well. Or it doesn't get upgraded, but we get one, which means if we get 2 more, we get even more point gain. I want to do self. You're 95. No Earths in that pack. $288. So 1.4, 700. And 1.5 is just like so much better. I just hate it doesn't tell you what it is. I would like for it to like tell you on the bottom, like thanks to this, it's this. Some more moon power. We're gonna go with this because this also helps out with points, which I don't know if it matters all much now, but it'll add up. Some more Earths. 16 away from that, so it's good as done. This, 1.7k. This, a lot further, but a lot more cooldown is fun. I like that. Or not a lot more cooldown, but a lot more bulk power. That's gonna be good. And that's it. Alright, chat. It was fun chilling with y'all today. I'll be back tomorrow. We're getting closer and closer to the game. You know, we were technically logarithmically... Where is it? You've made it to halfway of the draws. You made it into half of the draws logarithmically if you like this game. We're gonna open one more for the road. Maybe it'll give us something really cool. Maybe it'll give us some of the moons with the upgraded 95. Alright, chat. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Post that beat and then some how things go to bed. Bye.